out the way, I'm going to try and take to the screen to get this show going. So hopefully you can all now see me on the big screen. Here at GCU Students Association, we're always talking about the contribution our student volunteers are making towards improving the learning experience at GCU. However, this afternoon is different. This afternoon, we'll be talking about and celebrating all of those great members of staff, both in teaching and non-teaching roles, who continually go above and beyond to ensure that our students have the best learning experience possible during their time here at GCU. So for those here for the first time, the Teaching Awards is GCU Students Association's annual campaign to gather positive feedback about learning, teaching and support at GCU, which can then be used by the university to further improve the learning experience. The Teaching Awards are a chance for GCU students to thank and promote outstanding teaching and non-teaching staff who have made a positive impact on their learning experience. So all GCU students were invited to take part in this year's Teaching Awards and nominate any GCU teaching staff member for any of the following 4 different teaching awards. So these are Terrific Teaching, Fantastic Feedback, Creative Curriculum, and Super Support for Teaching Staff. And any GCU non-teaching staff members for the Super Support Non-Teaching Staff Teaching Award. Research students were additionally invited to nominate any GCU teaching staff member for the Sensational Supervision and Support Teaching Award. In addition to the above awards, every teaching staff member who is longlisted for an award who is a member of one of the 3 GCU academic schools was automatically considered for their school's Inspirational Individual Award. So this year we had a record number of nominations. So 668 students submitted a total of 1,274 nominations, nominating a record number of 307 GCU staff members. This afternoon's winners and those shortlisted were decided by panels, each made up of student representatives and a member of staff within the university who has expertise within that particular area. So during the shortlisting process for the nominations for each nominee, they are ranked and reviewed against a set of criteria for the award that they are nominated for. Choosing a shortlisting and a winner for each of the teaching awards is always a difficult process. This year even more so, given due to the sheer nomination of awards received, as well as the quality of these nominations. Those on the shortlisting panels were genuinely taken back by the warmth and appreciation that came through on this year's nominations. So now these nominations would not have been possible with the support and engagement from both staff and students. With this in mind, in the true spirit of partnership working, I would like to invite the Director of Academic Development and Student Learning, Professor Alistair Robertson, to take the screen.
Brilliant. Good afternoon, everyone. Can I first of all just give Valerie's apologies that she's very sorry she can't make the awards this year. But on behalf of the university, I just wanted to pass on my warmest thanks to the Student Association for organising this as ever, to all the students who voted. I mean, that's absolutely tremendous achievement to get so many votes in this year. And of course, a huge congratulations to all the nominees. I mean, it has been an incredibly challenging year for our students and for our staff in so many ways. But I just wanted to say, since joining the university, I've been really impressed with everyone's enthusiasm, professionalism, resilience, and innovation. It's been a year like no other, and I think we've got a really exciting future ahead. I also wanted to say that I'm a huge champion of these teaching awards, and at my previous institution we had them for a number of years. In fact, I think they started way back in 2009, when I think they started at GCU. So these are a long-standing fixture in the academic calendar, and I just wanted to again just wish everyone all the very best for the evening and have a great event. Over to you, Zoe. Thank you.
Thank you, Alistair. And it's now time for us to move on to the announcement of the winners for this year's Teaching Awards. The first category we will be announcing is the Terrific Teaching Awards. So this award recognises teaching staff members who are passionate about their subject. Moreover, these teachers make their subject's matter accessible through clear and understandable explanations and practical examples that resonate with students. These terrific teachers are not just a sage on stage, but ensure their students feel included and engaged during the learning process. The shortlist for this year's Terrific Teaching Awards is Julie Clayton from the School of Health and Life Sciences, James Connolly from the Glasgow School of Business and Society, and John Cullen from the Glasgow School of Business and Society. So before I announce the winner of this year's Terrific Teaching Awards, I will mention some of the key points that came from the nominations this staff member received to showcase why they won this award. The statements have all been taken from the nomination forms and have been edited to keep the winner's details a secret until very last minute. So GCU students described this year's winning staff member as someone who has a real passion for their subject, someone who uses a range of tools from guest lectures, emoji quizzes, to deliver fun, engaging and informative online classes. Students repeatedly describe this staff member's classes as being both academically and practically useful, due to the use of real-life, relevant, reliable scenarios and case studies. This staff member, to quote one student, is everything that I would hope for in a lecturer. So, the winner of the GCU Students' Terrific Teaching Award is John Cullen. Huge congratulations,
well, thank you very
John.
much. Yes,
I would like
Zoe.
to invite you to
Perfect
take the screen.
Yeah, appreciate it. It's well, I think we've just shown there exactly the challenges of trying to communicate with each other through the screen. Zoe's done a top job so far of hosting. 10 out of 10 to John Lennon for being the DJ at the start with Celebrate Good Times. I hope you've all enjoyed that. I've enjoyed it. Becoming a lecturer at GCU has been a real pleasure and a real honour. I've had a strong association with the university for many years, too many years now. But to get the Terrific Teaching Award is really an honour. It's part of being a terrific team that I've been welcomed and included in the way I have. And also, I'd like to thank the students in particular, because they engaged, they made the effort, and we've all had a tough time during the pandemic. So to get a little bit of praise, like, you know, things are enjoyable or engaging, it's a pleasure. So I accept the award gladly. So thank you, everybody.
Perfect, thank you, John. Now we move on to the award for Fantastic Feedback. So this award recognises teaching staff members who provide timely feedback in multiple forms that's easy to understand, constructive, and help students see how they can improve their learning. So the shortlist for this year's Fantastic Feedback Teaching Award is Anne Chapman from GCU London, Emma Green from the School of Health and Life Sciences, and Ronald Walker for the School of Computing, Engineering and Built Environment. GCU students described this year's winning staff member as someone who uses a variety of tools to provide timely written and verbal feedback in various formats for both formal assignments and informal classwork. Someone who uses emails, Padlets, and recorded video messages to give feedback that pinpoints areas for development. A GCU student described this year's winning staff member as someone who always asked which of the feedback methods was most helpful for everyone, and we regularly voted on what way we would prefer. To quote one student, From the amount of feedback I've received during the course of the module, I feel like I've learned so much more from the class than I have done in any other class before. So the winner of the GCU Students Association Fantastic Feedback Teaching Award is Emma Green. I would like to invite Emma to take the screen and accept their award virtually.
Hello. So thank you very much. I'm incredibly honoured and grateful to have won the award for fantastic feedback. So thank you to all the students who've nominated me and taken the time to do so. It really is a real honour. And I'm particularly pleased to hear that students really valued the informal informative feedback, because that was something that we really specifically looked at moving to online teaching and how we would do that. So I'm delighted that they liked my videos and the other variety of tools that we use. So we really, are keen to support people's students' learning, and that the formative feedback has been helpful in supporting that. Then I'm delighted that that has worked. I'd also like to thank the Department of Occupational Therapy, Human Nutrition and Dietetics, and all the staff in there, particularly the staff in the occupational therapy programmes with whom I teach. It has been quite a challenging year, as Alistair's indicated, but everyone has been supportive and we've learnt from each other, and we've made it through, and we're all still smiling at each other, and we're all still smiling at the students. So I'm delighted that we've been able to achieve that and been able to work with the students. So thank you again to the students. I really am truly delighted.
Perfect, thank you, Emma. So our next award is for Creative Curriculum. So this award recognises teaching staff members who've used different activities and technology in an innovative way to enhance learning. So this award also recognises teaching staff members who embed sustainability in the curriculum or widens diversity in the curriculum. The shortlist for this year's Creative Curriculum Teaching Award is Claire Berezia from the Glasgow School of Business and Society, John Cullen from the Glasgow School of Business and Society, and Titus Oleni from the School of Computing, Engineering and Built Environment. GCU students described this year's winning staff member's lecturer as interesting and engaging, someone who uses a mix of activities and technological tools to deliver incredibly enriching classes. GCU students also described this year's winning staff member as someone who's encouraged students to develop an understanding of the importance of cultural awareness and environmental sustainability. One student noted in their nomination that this staff member used a trimester-long role-play activity that gave students the opportunity to truly experience a real-world scenario. And the winner of the GCU Students Association Creative Curriculum Teaching Award is Claire Berezia. Unfortunately, Claire is unable to be here with us this afternoon. However, Claire was able to send along a little video message that we could play for you today at the ceremony.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to say a huge thank you to the students who have nominated me for this award. This is the award which is truly meaningful. It means I am doing something right, and to be nominated in the creativity category is even more exciting. I'm sorry I cannot be with you. 5 p.m. is the time where I go and pick up my daughter. I will be with you in spirit, and I hope you are having a great time so far. As learning professionals, we've got a number of tools at our disposal, from fairly traditional pedagogies to maybe more creative ones. And tourism, my area, is one where active and experiential learning are very much our routine. So when I can be a bit more creative, I most certainly make an effort to be so. I find that this is enriching for the students as well as for me. It's not to everybody's taste. Some prefer traditional pedagogies. However, I think that it presents another approach to learning that is very much required nowadays. So this year has been particularly challenging. It's been challenging for my sector, tourism, and please do go on staycations, stay safe. It's been challenging as learning professionals because we are not shaped as an online university, and it's been a huge learning curve. However, I have discovered that what I do in class, I can do online. It just necessitates a bit more kind of creativity and maybe thinking outside of the box, but with tweaks everything is possible. And I want to commend the students who have shown true adaptation and resilience, particularly for students who have not signed up for an online course and have found themselves behind a computer this year. So I want to thank them for their willingness to partake in my learning activities, to always be up for it, and for having a smile, because smiles are very much contagious, and it's been really nice to see students with their videos on. Not all of them did, but those that did, it was a true appreciation from our part, most certainly. So on this note, I will say that keep being creative. Everything is possible. I will join you in spirit. Enjoy tonight, and I very much hope that I will be on campus soon and we can have these conversations face to face. Thank you. Goodbye.
Now we come to the award for Super Support for Teaching Staff. This award recognises teaching staff members who provide support that is above and beyond the call of duty, is readily available and friendly, who listens to students and provide them with effective support. The shortlist for this year's Super Support Teaching Staff Teaching Award is John Cullen from the Glasgow School of Business and Society, Jennifer Turnbull from the School of Health and Life Sciences, and Anne Weir from the School of Health and Life Sciences. GCU students repeatedly described this year's winning staff member as always being reachable, always there when needed, someone who uses various communication tools to ensure that their door was always open. One GCU student described this year's winning staff member as someone who seeks to motivate and empower students to make the most of their degree, someone who has a deep-rooted passion to seek their students. When talking about this staff member support, one student noted in their nomination that they supported me through my mental health struggle and I wouldn't be in uni without them. The winner of the GCU Students Association Super Support Teaching Staff Teaching Award is John Cullen.
And I was going to wait this time, Zoe, because I crashed you last time when you did your introduction. So that was hence the pause and hence the applause. Thank you very much to everybody. To hear things like, you know, supporting me through difficulties with mental health issues. We have all been up and down this year. The last 14 months has not been easy for anybody. So to have someone even mention that in a nomination form is lovely to hear and lovely to know that you've been of some sort of support. Of course, we can only support the students because we get a lot of support, and the GSBS team have been great, from Linda Shearer, you know, Catherine Canning, who's been a great mentor for me in my first year of teaching. But I also wanted to mention Colette Hamilton from the Health and Safety, who managed to get me a chair because I think you'll all be able to relate. We spend hours in meetings like this and my back was gone. So thank you to Colette. And a final thanks I'd like to give to the learning technologist in the IT department, because there was a lot of trepidation about what is Collaborate Ultra, how do you use it, you know, how do you get 907 people into a seminar room at one time? And I think they really stepped up a lot at the start. So my thanks to them for their super support. And of course, thanks to the students that saw fit to nominate me. So appreciate you and thanks a lot.
Perfect. Thank you so much, John. I never thought I would see the day that somebody thanks their chair in their acceptance speech, but here we are. Now we have come to the award for super support for non-teaching staff. So this award recognises non-teaching staff members who provide support that is above and beyond the call of duty, is readily available and friendly, and listens to students and provides them with effective support. So the shortlist for this year's Super Support Non-Teaching Staff Teaching Awards is Mel McKenna from Student Wellbeing, Margaret McShane, Student Wellbeing, and Pauline Newport from School Professional Services. A GCU student described this year's winning staff member as being really supportive as an individual, someone who is always there whenever needed, even when they are super busy. GCU students also described this year's winning staff member as someone who supports and empowers students to put in place to have what they need to thrive at university. When talking about this staff member, one student noted in their nomination that without their support, I'm not sure I would have been able to be on this journey. So the winner of the GCU Students Association Super Support Non-Teaching Staff Teaching Award is Mel McKenna. So I would like to invite Mel to take the screen to accept their award virtually.
Thanks, Zoe. Hi, everyone. Well, I feel like I've just been crowned the winner of Drag Race or something. Yeah, I just keep it really quick, but I just wanted to say thank you so much for the awards and thanks for the nomination as well. So whoever nominated me, yeah, obviously you've got great tastes and it's been great working with you, whoever you are out there. Yeah, like lots of you have said already, it's been a really difficult year, you know, for most of us. But yeah, particularly for a lot of our disabled and neurodiverse students, there's been, you know, particular challenges there with the move to online teaching. So anything that I can do, you know, to kind of support students along that journey, I'm really happy to be a part of that. And just a kind of special mention for the rest of the student wellbeing team as well. I work with loads of really fantastic colleagues who make, you know, working in that service just great. You know, it's as much as it's challenging at times, it's also great fun and it's a joy to work with students as well. So yeah, looking forward to the next academic year, and well done to everyone that was nominated. It's, you know, everyone deserves to receive that. So yeah, thank you, Zoe.
Thank you, Mel. Now we move on to the award for Sensational Support and Supervision. This award is for teaching staff members that provide their research students constructive feedback that help them develop their critical thinking. Teaching staff members that go the extra mile to ensure their research students feel part of the research community at GCU and are committed to making their research students both aware of internal and external opportunities that will benefit their research and professional development. The shortlist for this year's Sensational Supervision and Super Support Teaching Award is Simon Hunter from the School of Health and Life Sciences, Michael Roy from the Unit Centre, and Julie Thompson from the Glasgow School of Business and Society. A GCU student described this year's winning staff member as someone who creates opportunities for postgraduate research students to meet and work with other PhD students. Someone who has a genuine desire to bring people together and foster collaboration. GCU students also described this year's winning staff member as someone who consistently promotes training opportunities. This staff member works, and to quote one student, to ensure PhD students at GCU today have the same opportunities that propelled his research career. The winner of the GCU Students Association Sensational Support and Supervision Teaching Award is Michael Roy. So I would like to invite Michael to take the screen and accept their award virtually.
Thanks very much indeed, Zoe. I'm actually completely overwhelmed by this award. I can't tell you how chuffed I am, actually, because it's awarded by the students rather than by anyone else. I can't thank those that nominated me enough. I'd like to thank my colleagues, of course, and acknowledge the hard work of all the GCU students really throughout this pandemic. It's been really, really tough for everyone. It's been an especially hard time for research students. I mean, at the best of times, it's tough enough doing a research degree like a PhD. So doing it under this lockdown process and having all the methods and everything's almost thrown out the window and having to pivot and to change things as you go along. It's been really, really tough for everyone. I'm a firm believer, just as was said from the outset, I'm a firm believer in supporting people and treating people the way I've been treated myself. So I suppose the people who supported me and helped me to get to where I am today, well, they should definitely share in this award. I have a really fantastic supportive team in the Unit Centre. I know how privileged and how great it's been. So I can't thank my colleagues enough. So thank you again. It's an amazing honour. You can tell I'm really overwhelmed by this actually, but thanks a lot.
Perfect. Thank you, Michael, for your kind words there. So now we move on to the final awards of the evening, the Inspiring Individual Awards. So these awards are given to teaching staff members who best reflect both GCU Students Association's 6 organisational values. So diversity, community, participation, fun, support and leadership. And both Glasgow Caledonian University's 4 organisational values, integrity, creativity, responsibility and confidence. Only one Inspirational Individual Award is given out per academic school. The shortlisting panel for these awards went through long lists for each award to choose a winner. It was during the shortlisting process that we really truly understood how impactful GCU staff members are on our students. So first up, we have the Inspiring Individual for the School of Computing, Engineering and Built Environment Teaching Awards. The shortlist for this year's Inspiring Individual SCEBI Teaching Award is Hamid Homatash, Titus Olani, and Caitlin Ramsey. One GCU student described this year's School of Computing, Engineering and Built Environment Inspiring Individual as being someone who's passionate and dedicated, as well as quirky and unique. Another GCU student noted that when talking about this year's School of Computing, Engineering and Built Environment Inspiring Individual, each module he's taught us has been personally my favourite by far. It's clear to see the time and efforts put into the lectures. So the winner of the GCU Students Association Inspiring Individual for the School of Computing, Engineering and Built Environment Teaching Award is Hamid Homatash. So I would like to invite Hamid to take the screen and accept their award virtually.
Hi, my name is Hamid Homatash, and I'm very excited and grateful to receive this award for Inspiring Individual in the School of Computing, Engineering and Built Environment. I'm especially touched by this as it's been a difficult time with the pandemic going on, so to have won during this time feels extra special to me. I've seen the challenge of online remote teaching as an opportunity and a chance to try and teach in a new way. Tried all sorts of things from live and pre-recorded lectures to online polls and whiteboards, one-to-one and group audio and video chats, and using collaborative messaging apps as well. This has really helped me to grow as a lecturer to find out what works, what doesn't, and why. I really enjoyed this experience of trying out these new things with my students and trying to make my lessons as interactive, engaging, and as fun as possible. What I really enjoyed was involving my students in this new journey with me. New opportunities such as having new two-way communication methods or directly helping students remotely on their own personal computers has allowed us to connect in new ways. I think my students have really appreciated being involved in this process with me. By collaborating with my students to try and find the best solutions to these issues we face together with remote teaching and learning, I think this has been really useful. So I want to say a huge thanks to my students that nominated me for this award. They were the ones that allowed me to try out these new technologies and techniques with me. I'm so glad my passion was shared with my students, and it really means a lot to me. I want to thank my wife Adrienne for putting up with some very late nights of me trying to figure out how these things work with these new technologies, so thank you very much. Finally, I want to say a big thank you to the staff members of GCU who have helped and supported me through this process. So just once again, a huge thank you to everyone involved, and I'm very, very happy. Thank you everyone, and bye.
Now we have the Inspiring Individual for Glasgow School of Business and Society Teaching Award. The shortlist for this Inspiring Individual for GSBS is John Cullen, Katie Proctor, and David Summerhill. So one student described this year's GSBS Inspiring Individual as someone who goes out their way to provide the best learning experience. Another GCU student noted when talking about this year's GSBS Inspiring Individual, even online, their classes are always fully engaging and entertaining. So the winner of the GCU Students Association Inspiring Individual for GSBS Teaching Awards is John Cullen.
I think this
So
is
John,
turning
if you would
into...
like to take the screen.
I would, Zoe, I would. No, we didn't even,
Even
in the last time, I've had 3 goes at it and I've still not managed to get a proper link
Still
between
can't
you
do
and
it.
We'll get there one day. But thanks for noticing that. I thank my chair, I appreciate that. and well done to you and your good presenting today. Yeah, just to echo the sentiments of everyone, this is, I think there's maybe some sort of steward's inquiry now. I think 3 in a row is usually only what Celtic do, but obviously we didn't manage it this year, so I'll have to make up with it with this. So yeah, a few inspiring individuals that I'd like to thank in my GCU time. Gerald Shaw, who made the mistake of letting me into the uni through clearing too many years ago now. John Harris, who supervised me for my PhD, and that echoes what Michael Roy said about the superb supervision. It's so important to have that. And of course the principal as well. I might as well do a wee bit of soaking up while I'm here for setting that vision and you know, emphasising the common good and trying to do that. So and the last little bit, the point that Mel made about the student wellbeing, it's been such a vital resource, because when we didn't know what to do, we turned to them. And I think that is that entire cyclical approach to looking after each other and trying to give that little bit of inspirational value. I should finish with something inspiring to say, but I can't really think of anything other than I look forward to the day of seeing you all on campus again, when we wish we were back home doing our lectures from our front room. So that's all I've got to say. Thank you very much for all the nominations. Well done to everybody, and have a lovely evening.
Perfect. Thank you so much, John. And finally, we have the Inspiring Individual for School of Health and Life Sciences Teaching Awards. So the shortlist for this year's Inspiring Individual for SHLS Teaching Award is Keith Cameron, Jane Guller, and Anne Weir. So one GCU student described this year's School of Health and Life Sciences Inspiring Individual as someone who's able to communicate in simple terms whilst explaining one of the most complex theories or procedures. Another student noted about this year's School of Health and Life Sciences Inspiring Individual. They personally came out to check on me during my placement when I wasn't having so much of a good time and when I was close to resigning from the course. So the winner of the GCU Students Association Inspiring Individual for the School of Health and Life Sciences Teaching Award is Keith Cameron. So I invite Keith to take the screen and accept their award virtually.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, that picture looked like a police mugshot, but it was only taken yesterday. So thank you very much. I hope everybody's safe and well. I'm glad I wrote stuff down, because probably for the first time in my life, I'm a bit stuck for words. Everybody who knows me, and probably my students, realise it's probably a nice refreshing change. I would like to take this opportunity to thank, first of all, the Student Association for hosting these awards. You know, the fact that the nominations, shortlisting and everything else is done by students has such a profound meaning to all of us as staff. As previously said, you know, the past year has been difficult in many ways, and I want to give my thanks to my students who took the time to complete nominations for not only me but for other members of staff. I can tell you that receiving a nomination was actually a positive moment in a time of real challenge. I can tell you how honoured I feel actually to receive this, you know, the School of Life Science Inspirational Individual Award. It's a bit of a mouthful. I'm truly grateful and humbled. But I want to congratulate all nominees and shortlisted members of staff for all the awards. Winning this wouldn't have been possible without kind of the inspiration and support that I've had from colleagues within the paramedic team. You know, we are really small, so that's Sam, Julie, Karen and James, as well as the physiotherapy and paramedicine department as a whole. And a special mention to a critical friend of mine, Michelle, who have been through a lot of challenges recently together. But when it comes to inspiration, I don't see myself as inspirational anyway, not compared with, as we said, I've been inspired by many people over the years. I'm merely a believer in being a person that's approachable and willing to support anybody in any way. And I think we're all the same. I think that's why we're teachers. But being prompted shortlisted me to think and reflect about what inspiration means to me. John, I did have a think about how to say something at the end. Actually, I had a thought, and I want to leave you one message that actually means a lot. It talks to me about life and how we overcome challenges. And it's really as simple as, if we fail at the first attempt, remember that fail, F-A-I-L, simply means first attempt in learning. Never be afraid to start over, because next time we won't start from scratch. Instead, we start from experience. So apart from that, I'll say thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Bye now.
Perfect, thank you, Keith. That award marks the end of this year's awards presentation. However, do not worry, we're not quite done yet with this afternoon. So this year, we reached out to all of our class reps, department reps, as well as our postgraduate taught and research reps to see if anybody would be interested in recording a video message for this year's ceremony. We were really blown back by the enthusiastic response we got, so here are just a few messages that they sent in.
Thank you sincerely to all GCU staff members for being able to manage and face it all, even in a global pandemic. Keep it up.
Hello everyone, I am Alexander van der Roos, the Department Representative for Biological and Biomedical Sciences, and on behalf of every student in my department, I wish to congratulate all of the nominees for this year's Teaching Award, but most importantly, I want to thank every GCU lecturer for your hard work throughout the past academic year and a good chunk of the previous one too. All of your students are hopeful to see you again on campus in September, but until then, and no matter what, let us always keep it at 100 as proud members of GCU, the university for a common good.
The last year has not been easy for us as students and was even more difficult for the staff members. Coping up with the new normal of the online teaching was not easy. But I must commend the effort of all the teachers and smart staff members who made us feel that we were still in the classroom in person. Thank you for developing all those new ways to teach us. Thank you for those engaging seminars in which I wish we contributed a bit more. And thank you for all those recorded lectures. I know it was all very new to you, but you all did great. So thank you for being there for us this year. Without your support and guidance, this would not have been possible. Thank you.
As the Department Rep for Nursing and Community Health, I'd like to take a minute to say thank you to all the staff at GCU for the hard work over the last year and a bit. We've been faced with unprecedented times, and the university has had to adapt to a completely different system of learning. I want to say a deeply felt thank you to the nursing department in particular, as I know homework and big changes to our programme has meant working above and beyond your normal working hours with a lot of the hard work unseen. So thanks for everything.
I extend my profound gratitude to all the staff at GCU. Thank you for making my journey so far at GCU worthwhile. You have mastered the art of accommodating students from diverse cultures and backgrounds, and have learned to endure a lot so as to uphold the common good of this great institution. I and my colleagues have enjoyed the support you give from time to time, and your timely response to mails and feedback have been amazing. I appreciate all that you do. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
I just want to thank all GCU staff for their continued support throughout what's been a challenging year, and for still ensuring that sort of sense of belonging and sense of community was intact as the university for the common good. So thanks for everything that you've done for us. It's very much appreciated.
Hello, I'd like to say thank you to all GCU staff members. This year has been hard for us all, and the dedication and hard work from the lecturers, professors, to the student support staff and the IT staff that have been working behind the scenes. I'd like to say thank you to everyone.
Hi there, this is Sabrina. I want to thank all of GCU teaching staff. This hasn't been an easy year for sure, but yet here we are. You all know this, but teaching is not only about providing knowledge, it's also about getting involved with your students, and you've all managed that and more. We couldn't be any more grateful. I think you all deserve an award. Thank you again and congratulations.
On behalf of all the students at GCU, I would like to thank all academic and non-academic staff for all the hard work and dedication they have shown over the past 12 months. The resilience and support for students and each other has been outstanding. So from us to you, cheers.
So thank you to all academic reps and our student president Susan who took time to send in a video message for this year's Teaching Awards. Now I have one more person I would like to invite to take the screen before we finish this afternoon. So it's my great pleasure to introduce GCU's Principal Pamela Gillis.
Thank you so much, Zoe, and thanks to the Students' Association for organising these really joyful teaching awards. And Zoe, you were a fabulous MC. Thank you to all our students for celebrating our fantastic lecturers in what, as we've heard, has been a really tough year for us all, staff and students alike. But it's been a hugely successful year at Glasgow Caledonian University. This afternoon has been especially successful and special for all the nominated staff members and the winners. And of course, it's been a particularly fabulous day for the wonderful John Cullen. Sucking up, gratefully received, John. So everyone, stay safe, stay as happy as possible, and it's bye for me and a virtual cheers.
Perfect. Thank you, Pamela. So with that, all remains for me, on behalf of GCU Students Association, to offer my warmest congratulations to all of the shortlisted, the longlisted, and the nominees, and of course, the winners. I would like to take a moment to thank, on behalf of the Students Association, all the students that took the time to complete a nomination in this year's Teaching Awards ceremony, as well as all the students and staff members who gave up some of their time to take part in the longlisting and shortlisting process. Finally, I would like to thank both Professor Pamela Gillis and Professor Alistair Robertson for speaking at this afternoon's event. So this afternoon's Teaching Awards ceremony is one of my last Students Association events before myself and Susan finish our term in office in 2 weeks' time. So I hope you don't mind me saying a few words before I finish signing off. So firstly, thank you to everyone for all your kind words in the chat about hosting. I was really nervous for this event, but I couldn't have done it without all the warmth in the chat from all of the attendees, so a huge thank you to you all. So this year has been challenging to say the least, so I'd like to thank all of the university staff for their incredible input, as students really appreciate you and how hard you've worked for them this last year. And I know firsthand it's been an extremely tough year to be a full-time officer, and I couldn't have done it without the staff at the Students Association. So I'd like to thank every single one of you for your ongoing support. I'd like to thank Paul Stalker, who is GCU Students Association's Academic Rep Coordinator. As you've probably seen, he's the moderator in the session, and without all of his hard work behind the scenes, this event simply would have not been able to go ahead. So thank you, Paul. I would also like to thank my team. So a huge thank you to the other Vice Presidents, Tabitha, and good luck with your roles next year. My final thank you goes to our incredible Student President, Susan. So Susan has worked extremely hard and has been so dedicated in both her roles as Vice President last year and Student President this year to support students. And I think we can all agree she's gone above and beyond. There's times that I message Susan and she's still working at 11 PM at night, and that just shows how dedicated she is to this role. And we're so lucky to have had her this year. I also feel lucky to be able to work alongside Susan this year. She's been a great support and she's been there whenever I need a helping hand with anything. And I know next year she'll be hugely missed. So a huge thank you to Susie D. So just to round up, I would like to say thank you for attending the ceremony, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of your day.